WWE takes over New York City with Survivor Series this weekend at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, and they will be on one of the biggest talk shows in the country. Roman Reigns is going to be the head of the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. I assume Jimmy Fallon's going to laugh the whole time because he's nervous, and Jimmy Fallon likes to laugh a lot. Also, Cody Rhodes of All Elite Wrestling has deleted his Twitter. And why does Tommaso Ciampa, the NXT champion, feel that he's not a good fit for NXT 2.0? Yes, we're quoting him. And are they going TV 14 on a WWE TV show? This will be the first time they've done this in over 10 years. Let's get into it on today's Sportskeeda Wrestling Top Story of the Day, baby. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Yes, watch out indeed. Yes, we're getting into all that news we teased at the top of the show. Is a WWE TV show going to go TV 14 for the first time in over 10 years? A real big change for WWE. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more with Survivor Series just a few days away. Three-headed Cerberus of fun here. Three beards, two bald heads. We'll allow it, Jeremy. Jeremy Bennett, Nebraska, if you ask you, and down in Florida, right there, Jose G. Jose _G _official. I'm Kev Count here in Chicago. Let's jump right into this top story. WWE taking over New York City. Big media tour here, Jose.
Yeah, man, it is the week. It's Survivor Series week. WWE is taking over New York City, and the head of the table is going to be taking over Rockefeller Center, NBC, where they filmed the Tonight Show. He is announced to be appearing on the Tonight Show this Wednesday night. WWE announced likely to promote Survivor Series. He will be joined by renowned actor, director, theater, Broadway actor Lin-Manuel Miranda, Puerto Rican, my guy. Love him in the Heights. If you haven't checked that out, watch it. But it's going to be great because not only Reigns is going to be doing stuff at NBC, but we got tons of stars that are going to be doing the media roundups. Ain't that right, Jeremy?
Yeah, it looks like some talent is also going to join the enemy, the Late Show, Stephen Colbert. Looks like there's going to be a sketch involving Big E, The Miz, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, Bianca Belair, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, and Randy Orton. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. You don't see Randy Orton doing these types of things too often. So very interesting to see what they got planned there. That is... just says this week, unlike Roman Reigns, which is locked in for Wednesday, they did not say when exactly these are going to, it just says set to air this week. So nothing.
Yeah, that especially if it's a pre-taped segment that's likely in the first segment of the show. I'm a big dork for late night TV. I'm hoping my man Seth Meyers gets a piece of this action as well.
I hope so too, man. That'd be great.
I do my middays. I'll do the radio show in the morning before I go to bed. The way I end my day is I'm watching some late night with Seth Meyers. And then I kind of sleep in the middle of the day, wake up and do the show with you guys again.
What I love about this, though, and you can probably attest to this, Kevin, is that when you see like WWE superstars go on late night TV, especially like on Jimmy Fallon tends to play games, have little bits or sketches with some of the stars. He's done it with The Undertaker. He's done it with The Rock. He's done it with Cena. Now, this is going to be very interesting because if he has good chemistry on camera with Jimmy Fallon, then you got to start asking yourself, can Roman Reigns do some acting? Can Roman Reigns go Hollywood? Can Roman Reigns host Saturday Night Live like his cousin? I think these are all valid questions, and I think anybody who's a fan should pay close attention to Wednesday night.
Yeah, he was in that. He was in a Fast and Furious movie with The Rock there, so he made an appearance in whatever one of those 85 movies they did.
It's also worth noting. It's also worth noting.
And remember, it's about family.
It's also worth noting Jimmy Fallon has a pretty standing relationship with the WWE. You mentioned all the different talent's been on his show. His show's been on a long time. It is quite successful. They kept it on through the pandemic. He kept producing shows. I got a joke on there. That was fun. I got a joke on there. One of their Twitter segments. It was fun. I've talked to people that have worked on the show. Jimmy Fallon was supposed to have a much bigger relationship with WWE, and sometimes it's just hasn't materialized. He was supposed to host a WrestleMania one year in New Orleans. It didn't really completely become a thing. Raw 25, he was supposed to have a bigger role. It just didn't work out for whatever reason. But he has a long relationship with the WWE. Could be interesting if this continues and becomes something. Obviously, they're now in that NBC, Peacock, Cabal. I wouldn't be surprised. Jimmy Fallon's produced those other shows like the Lip Sync Battle and different stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a shine for Roman Reigns and Jimmy Fallon's camp. Maybe they do something more down the line, and there'll be more big WWE shows down the line. There's no reason they can't go to New York City to promote a show in LA.
I believe that, dude. I think this is going to be a good opportunity for Reigns to go mainstream. I mean, he's already the top guy. He is mainstream, but I think if people will pay attention to how he does during this interaction with Jimmy, I think there's going to be a lot to see from Roman in mainstream Hollywood next 1 to 2 years.
Paul brings this up. This is purely a rumor. I've heard this too, and they've done this. They've done stuff like this plenty of times. The 24/7 championship is their comedy title. You run in, somebody gets pinned, and they win a belt, right? They've done this on several different media outlets outside of WWE and have had like honorary celebrity champions. Jimmy Fallon would fit into that portfolio perfectly.
Oh, absolutely.
If Reggie, who runs through and does parkour and everything on the Tonight Show set, and then gets rolled up.
I can see this going down hilariously with Reggie running on stage. Roman Reigns spears him.
Yeah,
he looks at him. Jimmy Fallon, he's like, "Well, go, like get your." Jimmy Fallon pins him, and then before the end of the show, Reggie pins Jimmy Fallon and takes his title back.
Yeah,
right,
and then they
right before they do the sign off at the end of the night.
And then they could do they could tape a segment where R-Truth sneaks in and takes it from Fallon or something like that. You know,
see, everyone goofs on the 24/7 title. I think it's the perfect undercard goof around thing. Hopefully people don't get hurt doing it, but I mean,
it's the comedy relief, bro. It's
comedy relief. Not everything is serious. Yeah. Let's jump into more serious news. We do have Survivor Series this Sunday. A reminder, we will be doing our Survivor Series 4-on-4 trivia challenge this afternoon. Jeremy, I know you are all your brain is a fury of production with questions for this.
Oh yeah, it's going to be interesting. 4-on-4, Team Sid Rock against Team Rick, and only one team can win. Only one team. You guys are on the same team, aren't you? You guys?
No, we're in opposing teams.
Are you?
Not.
No, I think you're on the same team.
You and I are on Team Sid?
I think so.
Oh, we are gonna wreck Rick so good. We are wrecking Rick so damn
wreck him, Rick.
Wreck him.
We do have some big news about an AEW executive, and it's somewhat controversial. We'll get to that here. Let's talk about it here. Cody Rhodes has deleted his Twitter. And this follows months of the AEW faithful kind of, I don't want to say fully turning on him, but there certainly seems like they're almost in that complete direction here. He opened up AEW as the biggest babyface in the business a few years ago and was lionized by fans for leaving WWE and openly carving a path on the independent circuit. And look how not WWE he is. And look how he's really taken his family name back and all these different things that, fans were excited to see Cody do. And he did them. And at some point, they're not excited by it anymore. And they think it's disingenuous. And you always have on TV telling fans to not boo him because that he's supposed to be the good guy and you're supposed to cheer him. And I think that'll just encourage fans to go even more in the direction. Then you have this reality show that came out, Roads to the Top, which I'm not going to say it was bad, but it wasn't a particularly great shine on Cody as well. Didn't make him look better, didn't make him look worse.
It was I
would say that.
Like the kids say these days, it was meh.
Which sometimes is worse. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, it was
worse.
cool to see some of the behind the scenes stuff, but you can see that every week on Sammy's vlog, on Ethan Page's vlog.
And this was really produced in the sense. Like there was a lot of different things they did. There's a couple times where they showed him and like, all right, this is a difficult situation or something like that. But there's a lot of it that like that frame of entertainment doesn't fit. Like it was just, I get what you're going for. Maybe this would make for a good documentary, but this would make for a episodic TV show.
Honestly, when I watched the first few episodes of that, I just felt it was like a copy and paste of like the Miz and Mrs. or something of that sort. Not as serious, but I don't know. It felt like it didn't fit. It didn't go with the vibe that AEW is putting out.
Miz and Mrs. would go for comedy, and it did very well. That's a very good show.
Oh, that's a funny show.
Yeah, this one, it didn't really go for comedy too much, but then they tried to, I think, fabricate drama into behind the scenes at AEW.
TNT, bro. TNT, we are drama.
But I don't know. It didn't. I thought it was going to be a ripoff of Ms. and Mrs. at first, but then it almost just looked like a behind the scenes with their life and behind the scenes at AEW and kind of things like that. So
it just didn't hit the right tone.
No,
it didn't hit the right tone. Didn't do what you were doing. Now, in the process of that, at some point, these fans are not feeling Cody anymore. And AEW is a promotion where they absolutely super serve the fans and listen to the fans and give them what they want. And it's about us, and it's a revolution. Remember that? Well, Cody deleted his Twitter because I guess he doesn't want to hear that anymore. At least that's the assumption that people are making here. He's deleted his Twitter, which has a very large, following on it.
Yeah,
Maybe
he kept his Instagram. He kept his Instagram, though. Like, he deleted his Twitter, but he kept his Instagram. So it's like...
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, well, Instagram, same as Twitter. You can choose who comments. So I think maybe Instagram, you could choose who comments easier. I don't know. I think you can turn it on. Unlike Twitter, I think you can have where, like Twitter, you can have mentions of people that can comment, where I think Instagram, you can set it to only people that they follow can comment. Because I know Renee Paquette has it set that way. A couple other people have it set that way where only people they follow can comment. So that's maybe why he went to Instagram.
Valerie's saying maybe you should be banned from commenting if people are really negative. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just he doesn't want to be exposed to it. Just want to deal with it.
I don't get the all of a sudden shift of booing Cody either. I don't get it because he's cut some of the best promos as a babyface. And
because it's cool, Jeremy.
I guess it's John Cena all over again, but
no, it's because it's easier. I've said this over and over again. It's easier to hate somebody than it is to love them. Yeah. Much easier to do that.
It is. And it also is a little bit of the John Cena type of thing going on in AEW with Cody, right? Like, you'll have a certain set of fans that are going to be diehard Cody fans, and then you're going to have the ones that are just going to hate on them, especially the ones that have been hating on them the last few months. So
they don't want the classic babyface.
But yet,
this audience, they want badasses. They want everyone out there swearing and being a badass.
Yeah, and it's not like it's not like he's pushing himself. He just got disqualified from going for the world title. He held the TNT title for just a handful of days. So it's not like he's winning championships left and right like John Cena was.
He's still on a ton of television, though. Yeah, Jeremy. He was still on a lot of TV. Now they've reduced.
There's a lot of people that are on TV a lot, though.
Sure,
so.
But I mean, like, think of people he was supposed to manage that he's taking their spot above them. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, that's competitive. That's a part of the process, but that's accountability. If you're going to be an EVP and you're going to be an in-ring performer, you're asking for that. Like, you're putting yourself in that position for that scrutiny. I'm not saying because I'm turning on Cody or anything like that. I wouldn't mind him being heel. He was a great heel in WWE. I think he'd be a good heel here. What's the problem? Fans want it. Go in that direction. Maybe it's just something where it's like we have stories we want to tell, and the audience is trying to just force everything a certain other way. This is a problem. This is an issue with AEW. Sometimes they give the fans a whole lot. They super serve them to the point now where it's hard to maintain the all pages in the book that you want to tell. You can't do a pamphlet. You got to tell a novel, and that's really hard to do when fans just suddenly want to turn something the other way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good point, and it also kind of goes back also when you're talking about Cody. And I might be in the minority here. Sometimes when I listen, he delivers great promos. Don't get me wrong, but it goes back to what you guys are saying. He's trying to be that old school babyface. He's not the badass babyface. So when he's portraying about doing hope and change and kind of like doing that Cena route type of promo, I think the smart wrestling fan, who is pretty much the base of AEW's fan base, they're going to look at that and be like, oh, we don't want this. This isn't genuine. This isn't not the real Cody. We know what the real Cody can do, and he's not giving it to us. So,
also, he's doing stuff for kids. Dudes who love AEW don't care about children. They don't. If you could, I know this.
Wow, that's a headline. That's a headline. Kevin Kellum said AEW fans.
Are you telling me? Are you telling me?
Wow.
Are you telling me that the dudes, the bros that show up for AEW, and I've been to the shows, they're fun shows.
The dude bros.
The dude bros. Man do bros. Dude man bro.
They're called,
all right?
You know what they're called? They're called broskies.
Broskies. So the broskies show up, right? And my girlfriend will come out, she'll have a good time. Kids are there, whatever, but I don't want to feel in and do anything for children. This show's for me. It's not for them. Anything that's for a kid, that's some WWE TV PG stuff. And we'll get to TV PG, TV 14 here in a minute. Some big changes at NXT. So I think maybe that's just like more of like a cultural kind of like taste demographic difference as well here. SC Williams with some comments here while we're getting in here. SC Williams says, Cody as a heel will shake stuff up. And him and his feud with Hangman Page will be interesting. Jeremy and Kev, what do you guys think? Should he go heel? Should he go for the title right away? Well, he's not going to go for the title because apparently he's just put himself in the position, storyline-wise, where he can never challenge for the title. I don't know. Heel. At some point, they're going to get away from that.
But I mean, if you watch Ring of Honor, you could see that type of Cody Rhodes as a heel, and the people would probably love him because he had that great feud with Jay Lethal back in the day before the Elite defected to create AEW. So, he had literally was the top heel in the business at that time. It definitely eclipsed what he did in WWE as a heel. A lot of people thought he was that top heel until a guy like Tommaso Ciampa kind of took that over later on.
Let's get into this other story. This one developing here over the last day or so, as it seems like we'll be seeing some massive changes. Oh, excuse me there, Jose.
Look at that segue.
Massive changes to WWE NXT. And USA Network is on board with this at WrestleVotes, reporting that there is a potential for the recently revamped NXT 2.0 with all of its new colors and its youthful focus to turn to a TV 14 rating. This would be the first time in over 10 years that WWE has had a television show that is rated TV 14. Now, certainly they've had more adult moments. John Cena and The Rock saying certain dirty words. Now, bitch is a big thing, is a verbal chair shot that you can say. Somehow you can say bitch on TV PG.
We can all agree that Becky Lynch is a big time bitch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love the crowd reactions on that. Ooh, she said a bad word.
She got her. She got her.
Now this would be certainly something to make NXT feel different than Monday Night Raw. It already feels different. It's a studio show. It has completely different focus on talent. The matches are different, sometimes faster, sometimes shorter. And I think you get something that it does feel different than Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, despite all the different critical feelings that fans have. It does feel different. Would this make it more appealing for you, Jeremy?
Hey, how about that one? NXT 6.9.
Oh, come on now, Ricky. Ricky.
I don't know.
What grade are we in? Are we 13 years old, guys? Is
69. Ha.
My screen name is Kev Smark 69 316. What is this?
420.
420. 420. Is AOL Instant Messenger names from back in the day. Yeah.
I mean, I don't. What is it really gonna? I mean, what are they really gonna shift? I mean, it's TV PG. They still cuss every once in a while, and what are they just gonna cuss even more and show more butt? I mean, they show. I mean, we see a lot of butt on there, anyways, as it is. So I don't know.
You said blood. I said butt.
I said butt. No, I said butt. I would
probably get both, bitches, guys.
It's bitch, blood, butt. All right, it's all
just
three.
Look at Toxic Attraction.
All three, bro. We're gonna get all.
We already get all three, basically. So I don't know
what
we're
gonna
TV...
get more.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever said no to more butt? I mean, I'm just saying.
Also, it's a fluid show.
I mean, that's why you see Toxic Attraction more than once on the show.
Yeah. And Toxic Attraction, they're that's a pretty like playing on the idea that like we're hot and you're not type thing, and playing up a sexuality portion of the show, which WWE hasn't done.
I mean,
openly or overtly.
Just look at the camera angles when they do their entrance. I mean, that thing is literally right up her.
Hey now, Jeremy. Hey, right
up her PG.
Jeremy. I'm yelling at people in the chat. I'm yelling at you. Come on.
Hey, I'm just calling it how I see it, how the director does it. So
how do you see it? Apparently, we know too much of what you think, Jeremy.
Hey, Kevin, he sees better than you.
Camera doesn't lie. Camera doesn't
glasses, bro.
He has glasses on.
He sees camera HD 4K, bro. He sees what's going on in front of him.
The camera doesn't lie when you see those angles.
Nope.
Jeremy,
not at all.
I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling
his angles.
I'm just telling the 6.9 truth right now.
Oh, come on now. Get your head out of the gutter. I love how I'm the comedian, but I have to reel you guys in. Jose, tell me about this. Does this make it more appealing for you guys in the chat? I want to know what you guys think as well.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Especially it gives Braun Breaker a little bit more freedom to, to say shit and bitch and balls and all that stuff. But also from a wrestling perspective, this gives you an opportunity to do some other style of matches that NXT hasn't been able to do, even though NXT puts in the past in the black and gold brand, NXT's put on some banger matches. But now this gives them a little bit more creative freedom. Maybe we see less clothing on. I mean, I don't know. They're trying to get that demographic, right? They're trying to get that 18 to 49 up. So maybe that's going to do it. I don't know. But I'll never say no to TV 14.
It's like a contradiction, though. They're going for this colorful, bright guy in the chat said basically NXT's like Sesame Street. I mean, that's not a far off comparison just because of the stuff that they're throwing.
My God, it's colorful and bright. It isn't one standard color as the two other
shows.
What
do you want? Do you want colorful, bright?
AEW. AEW is bright and colorful.
Yeah, and now you want more dark and edgy stuff. Now you just got rid of the old NXT. Now you want to bring back some more dark and edgy stuff.
Since when does the color of a T-shirt equate like what you can and can't do? If they're going for like a rock
talking about the vibe of the show. The vibe of the show completely changed, and now that you want to make it TV 14, you're like basically contradicting the change you just made.
You're contradicting yourself. They've been going in that direction now for weeks and weeks and weeks with Toxic Attraction, with Braun Breaker saying some gnarly things on TV, them doing more gimmick stuff, them doing ladder matches on TV, right? They're going in that direction. They did this in 1997 when then Vince McMahon came out on TV and says, we're not going to insult your intelligence anymore. Good guys and bad guys, right? And they went for the Attitude Era. If this is the direction that NXT is going naturally and fans want to go there and USA wants to go there, go there.
Board.
That's the way the waves are going. And the opposition to it is just, well, I just want it to stay where it is. I want everything to stay the way. If you just want it to stay where it is, do you just don't want the show to be good?
I just don't think they know what they want is the thing. I mean, I've enjoyed most of 2.0.
The most though, because it's in the studio, they can do the most.
Tell me what they want, what they really, really want.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. Braun panties matches. I don't know. What are you going to do with TV 14?
They really want a zigga.
Oh boy.
People commenting here about Jello wrestling. That's not going to happen. Mun matches. No, thank you. We're not going back there. And Ricky saying Jerry the King Lawler still wants puppies. We're going back to puppies. Yeah. People getting into all different types of things here.
Yeah, I don't know what. I just don't know what they are going to accomplish. I just don't see it really moving the needle, so to speak.
By the way, guys, I was checking out an Attitude Era pay-per-view the other day, and I think it was a Best of the Rock. It was they have the special. They're celebrating the Rock on Peacock right now, and I checked out the great most electrifying man in the entire world, sports entertainment world, The Rock, and his matchup against Triple H. And this is this ladder match, intercontinental, iconic match, one of my favorite matches that really got me onto The Rock. SummerSlam of 1998, yes. And what happened is there was a point in that match where The Rock hit Triple H with a chair shot on the head. Like it was like they cut out that split second. Like you don't even see it go down. As soon as it just pauses, like freeze frames, and then it just continues into the next.
Like back in the day, you could see it, but then they edited it. Is that what they happened?
Yeah. They just blatantly edited it.
They would cut it. I knew they would do this too. They would kind of like, if they would re-air a show, they would kind of cut some things from it or change it a little bit for syndicated TV versions of the show. Like when they'd have the weekend wrap-up shows like Jacked and Livewire and stuff like that, they would have all those different things, and they would kind of like get a little bit tighter and different stuff like that.
Well, there was that this was on Beyond the Mat, that documentary, but that Rock and Mankind match, Mankind got lambasted over the head. It was brutal, the chair shots he took in that.
I don't think you'll see chair shots to the head come back just because that's more of a safety thing now. But I do think you'll see some wilder things, and they've been going in that direction with like ridiculous stuff backstage, tons of vignettes, like over the top characters that lends itself to the color. And if you add TV 14, then you have less creative limitations sometimes in terms of what you can do on Raw and SmackDown. Not to say that Raw and SmackDown can't, stand on their own. This allows for some different things here. I'm just saying, give it a shot. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's more. There's more you can do with that, and then it continues to make NXT different than Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah,
and
that's
there's
a
different
key
advertisers.
Yeah.
Then you're appealing to a different advertising. You can sell what you do on Raw and SmackDown, but maybe you want to sell some more beer. We want to sell more liquor on our show, or just do some different things that are slightly more adult.
Yeah.
Then I think that's a possibility there. Jumping into comments here, I'm missing some good ones here. Someone was asking, am I in the trivia contest on Saturday? Yes, I am. I am doing.
We're on the same team. We're on Team Sid Rock, baby.
Who's the fourth? Who's the fourth? Sid,
I have no idea. It's gonna be just like SmackDown. We're gonna probably find out Friday afternoon, right before our trivia. We don't know who our fourth is.
Adam Pearce is gonna come in and remove Kev from the team, and
I'm gonna get eliminated from the team before the end of the week.
Yeah, that Rick is he's assembled some talent there. So, are they trivia talent though? We'll find out.
Ralph Curtis saying NXT lost all their good talent. Gonna try swearing now? Okay, thank you.
Well, they have been. They have been. Well, a little bit.
Thank you, Ralph.
I want some Steiner math. That's what I want.
Hey, maybe we'll get it. Braun Breaker does a great job of referencing the genetic freak that he is.
They're not shying away from it, but they're not directly talking about it.
Exactly. They're not really, insulting our intelligence.
Yeah.
No pun intended by earlier, but yeah. All right, guys, let's wrap up.
Yeah, that's what we're doing here. We will be back tomorrow afternoon with all the big news. If you're just joining us a little late, don't be afraid to rewind back in this episode as we cover Cody Rhodes deleting his Twitter, Roman Reigns and the big media tour for Survivor Series, and WWE NXT going TV 14. They haven't confirmed it just yet, but sources are indicating that is the direction
puppies
going. For puppies. Yes, again, puppies. Support your local animal shelter. We
make sure
jump in the comments and let us know your favorite TV 14 wrestling moments. How about that? I'll ask you guys that. If you're watching on demand, let us know about that. If you haven't done already, go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are nearing 23,000
right
subscribers.
Right there. Get us there this week, guys.
If you enjoy our top 5 videos, I know a lot of people check those out. We've made a channel just for that called Wrestle Binge. Go check that out as well. Lot to check out. I know, Jose, you were busy with Weekends of Wrestling, correct?
Man, I got a lot of stuff this week. I'm calling. I'm doing some voiceovers for some big time fights last weekend for the Canelo Alvarez and fights. I'm voicing that, voicing a lot of other stuff. But I do got Weekends of Wrestling coming down this week. Right before Thanksgiving, we're going to give our Survivor Series predictions. So go ahead and check us out over there at Weekends of Wrestling YouTube channel and Facebook channel. So go ahead and check us out. What about you, Jeremy? What you got, bro?
We got hopefully Lost of the Mid-Card coming at you this Thursday. We were on a little break. We will break down. If we're on the air this week, we're going to break down, of course, Full Gear, and of course set the table for Survivor Series this coming weekend and give our predictions. And then, of course, we got the fun Survivor Series team battle. 3:00 Central, 4:00 Eastern, a 4-on-4 battle. 69, haha. Or like Kevin on The Office. So 4-on-4 elimination style trivia battle. So tune in Saturday afternoon at 3 Central, 4 Eastern for a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Randall. Kev, I want you to know that I love Sportskeeda Wrestling. Some people just giving some nice supportive comments of people that watch our show all the time. Thank you so much. If you haven't done already, turn those notifications on Facebook, on YouTube, so you know exactly when we go live. We try to go live around 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern every weekday with the top story. Thank you guys so much. Remember, when watching wrestling, do the most important thing, which is
69.
We're going to get emails, guys. We're going to get in trouble.
Enjoy wrestling, guys.
My mom's not going to let me go on the internet anymore if you guys keep doing